Good morning. Welcome to the forecast discussion for June 11th, 2013. It's currently 8:30 a.m. and once again, we're going to deal with the threat for an isolated shower or thunderstorm today as another cold front moves through the region. Currently, temperatures are rather warm for this morning, ranging from the lower to mid 60s over the northern tier, mid to upper 60s over Long Island, and lower 70s over the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area. We also have plenty of humidity in the atmosphere with dew points already in the mid to upper 60s over much of the region. And we have some fog here over portions of the northern interior, especially over the valleys in northeastern Pennsylvania, the Hudson River Valley, and also along the Connecticut and Long Island coast. So, what can we expect for today? Well, we have another cold front to deal with. Ahead of that cold front, temperatures are actually going to be rather warm. Now, again, this isn't a washout like it was yesterday, but you're still going to deal with an isolated shower here or there, especially in the afternoon hours between 1 and 4 p.m. Look at temperatures to rebound nicely into the lower to mid 70s over the northern tier, mid to upper 70s over Long Island, and upper 70s to lower 80s over the New York City and Philadelphia metropolitan area. Of course, the warmest locations will be in the Delaware River Valley, where temperatures are most likely to be in the lower 80s. Now, here is our latest infrared satellite picture. You can see our cold front approaching from the west. Once this cold front moves through this afternoon, the threat for a shower or thunderstorm will end. So if you have plans for this evening, you're going to a baseball game, or you have any type of outdoor activities in the evening, I think for the most part you'll be fine. In the afternoon is going to be your best threat for a shower or thunderstorm. By the evening, I think we see more scattered cloud cover as this high pressure system briefly builds in. On the latest radar, you can see our showers moving through. Not much in the way of thunderstorms this morning, but definitely a few heavy downpours here and there. And again, this is weakening as it's moving east, so I really don't expect any widespread heavy rainfall at all with this cold front. Again, just more scattered in nature, pretty much during your lunch hour between 1 and 4 p.m. However, I am concerned about Thursday. Now, this is the latest water vapor satellite picture. I have it focused over the southern part of the country. This disturbance right here is going to merge with a disturbance diving south from Canada. And these two disturbances are going to dive south and east through the Great Lakes and reach the northern mid-Atlantic by Thursday. This is a very dynamic and very powerful disturbance. It is going to be interacting with a lot of different factors that are going to be building over the northern mid-Atlantic on Thursday afternoon. Primarily, a very warm and humid air mass interacting with a dry, cold air mass aloft. Combine that with strong wind gusts at the mid-levels, and you set up the potential for some rather dynamic and interesting thunderstorms. Now, this is the latest NAM model guidance from this morning. It matches up very well with all the other model guidance that we have out there. That's why I'm using it as a nice illustration tool. This is Thursday morning. And Thursday morning, we see some interesting dynamics here. Very dry air over the northern tier. Very moist air. You're looking at almost a 20-degree difference in dew points over the region. That's pretty impressive. Temperature-wise, we're in the lower 50s over the northern tier. We're almost 70 degrees in the Philadelphia metro. Dew points again are in the upper 60s, almost approaching 70 degrees in the Philadelphia metro. Now look at the disturbance here diving south. This is a very impressive disturbance diving through the eastern Great Lakes. We also have plenty of moisture in the atmosphere as well, from the mid-levels all the way down to the lower levels. And you can see our jet streak at 850 millibars and 700 millibars intensifying. Also, at the lower levels of the atmosphere, at 10 meters, we have a very strong area of convergence. Now, all of these factors come together strongly hints at very impressive dynamics, strong wind shear from the surface to the mid-levels, even the upper levels of the atmosphere, and plenty of moisture to work with. So when we jump to the afternoon and evening hours, we have a very strong dynamic disturbance lifting all of this moisture in the atmosphere, interacting with a very impressive thermal gradient and moisture gradient in the atmosphere, strong wind convergence, veering winds aloft. All of these factors point to the potential for a very, very heavy rainfall event for the New York City metropolitan area Widespread flash flooding is going to be a threat on Thursday afternoon and evening, and a significant severe threat for the Philadelphia metropolitan area. We're talking about thunderstorms capable of wind gusts well over 60 miles per hour, could push 90 miles per hour if some of these winds at the lower levels and mid levels mixes down to the surface. You're talking about the potential for an isolated tornado because we have a lot of winds veering from the surface to the mid levels of the atmosphere. We also have the potential for large hail because you have very moist atmosphere at the surface, dry atmosphere at the upper levels at 500 millibars. And you also have the potential for impressive heavy downpours and frequent dangerous lightning. So Thursday afternoon, if you have plans, I strongly suggest perhaps changing them, especially in the evening hours, because these thunderstorms are going to be dynamic and they're going to be impressive. Now, we still have to wait and see, how this transpires and how this evolves, but all the warning signs are there, and I want you to know about it and be prepared for it, because at the very least, we're looking at some very heavy rainfall, which we don't need at this point. We have about 2 months worth of rainfall in the past 15 days, maybe even 3 months in some locations. And with this additional heavy rainfall, it'll definitely support the potential for flash flooding throughout the region. So Thursday afternoon and evening, I'm going to be pretty busy, and you are going to have to keep an eye on the weather, and you can always use NJPA weather for that coverage. So here we are for the forecast again for this afternoon. That cold front moves through. A few isolated showers, scattered showers, nothing significant, not a widespread washout day like we saw yesterday. Tomorrow, again, a few isolated showers will be possible. Generally dry, temperatures pretty much near average in the mid to upper 70s along the coast, upper 70s to lower 80s away from the coast. On Thursday, that's when we're going to have to watch out for these strong to severe thunderstorms, the potential for flash flooding, very heavy downpours, dangerous, destructive winds. This is going to be an event that we're going to have to keep a real careful eye on to see how these thunderstorms evolve in what's called a mesoscale convective system. So Thursday afternoon and evening is going to be pretty interesting around here. That's going to bleed into Friday morning, followed by clearing skies on Friday evening. Temperatures rebounding nicely in the mid to upper 70s. Saturday and Sunday, high pressure in complete control with tranquil weather conditions. Temperatures in the mid to upper 70s along the coast, upper 70s to lower 80s away from the coast. Could see a few mid 80s in the Philadelphia metropolitan area. And then on Monday, another weak cold front moves through with a few scattered showers. Temperatures running near average once again in the upper 70s to lower 80s. That is your forecast for today. Of course, I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino. You can follow the latest weather information at NYNJPA Weather and NYNJPA Weather on Twitter and Facebook. Of course, I keep an eye on those thunderstorms on Thursday and let you know if anything changes. Stay safe out there.